Hello everyone, today we speak about anxiety as a spiritual tool, of course from a shamanic perspective, but I'm going to offer a different perspective from what you might hear elsewhere. In our modern world, we are quick to label anxiety as a problem, as a disorder, a popular one actually, something to be fixed. But what if I told you that through the lens of shamanic wisdom, anxiety could actually be a tool of the soul? Anxiety doesn't have roots in our genetic makeup. It's passed down from our ancestors. It works on our genes, modifying them. So yes, children of anxious parents are more likely to have anxious tendencies themselves, but there's where I want you to shift your thinking. This is like having blue eyes or being tall. It's a characteristic, not necessarily a flaw. The idea that anxiety is a problem is a social construction. So our society has pushed us to judge certain traits as negative and others as positive. In shamanic understanding, everything we experience as a projection is a projection of the soul. So if we think of everything is objective, so nothing concrete exists on its own, and everything is our own imagination projected by the soul of the world, which we are part of, beyond our individual selves. And even our parents are images we projected. So we imagine even before coming into this world, the mother and father with exactly the characteristic we need to face our fears and attachments, the ones we carry from life to life, from death to death. And so why would our soul project anxiety? These projections are shaped by the winds of our karma. So the memory of attachments and fears we must dissolve to reach freedom. So if anxiety is hereditary, it means it's in our karma. It means we absolutely need it to dissolve specific fears and reach spiritual freedom. So anxiety is not a mistake. It's a tool of the soul. And an anxious person often has difficulty concentrating deeply and makes quick, hasty, less contemplative people, but isn't actually negative. There are moments in life where when not going deep is exactly what you need. It allows you to surf. It's no coincidence that in this area where anxiety is popular, surfing has become popular. Sometimes life requires us to surf the waves, to stay on the surface rather than dive deeply. And for karmic reasons, some of us have times in our life where we need to surf, to live on the surface, maintaining balance rather than sinking into depths. So if these people went that deep, they might go down. So the anxiety isn't wrong. It's just something that we need in that moment. And we think that anxious people would actually struggle, for example, in remain seated in the same moment. But it's not necessarily it's something that they can't do. It's just because these people are normally quick and they move from one thing into the other one. Of course, nowadays in the therapeutic diagnosis world, this expression, it seems, is the diagnostic categories is considered as something negative, as an illness, as a challenge of the ego to continue to this path. But it's one of the tools that our soul uses. The problem is that by constantly treating anxiety as an illness, for many people it actually becomes one. So we reinforce the labels. We introduce ourselves by saying that. And so it becomes stronger and stronger. And the ability to concentrate is not the same as attention or awareness. For spiritual growth, for meditation, you need attention and awareness, not necessarily concentration. So concentration is what you need in school to learn maths, to study, but awareness is different. I can be aware of trees, for example, aware of the joy that nature brings me, aware of my emotions, and present in this moment without being concentrated in the conventional sense. So I just invite you to reconsider anxiety, and rather than seeing it as a flaw to fix, to explore it as a potential tool for your soul. So what is it teaching you? What surfing skills is it developing in you that you might need for your journey? So just remember, we are not broken. Our traits, even if they are uncomfortable ones, serve a purpose for our path and spiritual freedom. And so they all come with a meaning. We just need to shift the way, the reading code of reality, and start thinking not with the social code, but in a way that is actually the soul code, so out of the box.